What's up YouTube, this is Tubedigga. In this video I'm going to show you how you can make a kick drum out of absolutely anything. So obviously I'm not going to get a cucumber and make a kick drum out of that, or I'm not going to go and kidnap the neighbour's cat and make a kick drum out of that. I'm not going to wee on myself and then make a kick drum out of that, or a clown or a squirrel. None of those things will be able to be turned into a kick drum, but I'm going to turn any sample into a kick drum. So let's go to our sample directory and let's choose. Now you wouldn't normally use that for a kick drum because it's not a kick drum, it's a cymbal. So let's go to our program editor and let's load that cymbal in. It's quite loud, I'm going to turn it down. So there's our prospective kick drum candidate. I'm just going to shorten it and I'm going to turn the pitch of it all the way to -36 semitones and shorten it even more. Still too long. That'll do. Now I'm going to go to my filter page. Going to choose maybe, low pass filter, low 6. And I'm going to bring the cutoff way down to about 20, that'll do. Can't hear it at all now, but now I'm going to raise the envelope amount. And now I'm going to change my filter envelope type to attack, hold, decay, sustain. I'm going to bring the sustain down. I need to turn it up to compensate for the lack of pancakes, I was going to say, but that wouldn't make sense. For the lack of yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, there you go. Was that a cymbal? Sorry about the wobbly. Look, every time I hit the pad, my camera wobbles because today my camera's wobbly. So that's still not sounding how I want it. So let's turn up the resonance. Oh, blimey, O'Reilly. Let's turn the volume down again. Let's muck about with the cutoff a bit more. And the decay. Oh, there you go. Now it's still a little bit long, that sample. Let's go to the sample editor and let's just discard. And let's go back. And let's also adjust the amp envelope. A bit more sustain. Now I am going to fade this sample out. So let's discard it. Let's fade out. Sorry if I'm going quick, guys, but I've got things to do. I'm a busy man. Got more YouTube videos to make. But if you do have any questions, please put them down below. Not only have I got more videos to make, I've got more kick drums to make in this video. I've already done one, just normalising that. Going to go back to program editor. Still getting a click. Not sure why I'm getting that click at the moment. Plenty of reasons why, but don't know what the exact one is. Let's have a look at our sample. Okay, let's go, back into program editor and make sure our zero snap is on. Not taking my own advice. That's better. So zero snap, as you might have seen in my other video, trying to think on my feet here. I'm doing this all on the fly. What video did I show that in? The zero snap. Oh yeah, smoother loops. Go and check out my video on how to make smoother loops. You press the cog up here, turn zero snap on, and then the start and end points will snap to the nearest zero crossing, which is a point where the waveform crosses zero on its baseline. I'm not going to go into the science of it because, well, for one, I don't know the exact science of why that happens, but you've got on the vertical axis you've got amplitude, and on the horizontal you've got time, so it's, you know, what the volume of this sample is doing over time basically. So at this point, you know, it's difficult with stereo samples because in fact I'm mucking about in this one, man. I've only done one kick drum. I've not even done one kick drum yet, but you know, I'm trying to make it entertaining, so just get off my case, right? Yeah. So there you go, we've converted that. I'm going to delete this one, and now we've got the mono version of it. Let's load that back in. Right, it's still getting a click, and my camera's still bouncing up and down. Please don't unsubscribe because of that. I'm a nice guy. I'm trying to make, you know, something of myself on YouTube. I'm not getting paid any money for this. I think I've earned about 32 UK pence in revenue since monetizing my videos on YouTube. But I'll be doing a video soon where I'm going to be asking you for a small amount of cash for some bloody lovely samples and other lovely things. So please do get involved. I'll do a video on that soon. I think it's going to be very exciting for you all. You're going to get a hell of a lot of value for very little money. Okay. Well, I can't get rid of that, so that's kind of messed up my whole video now. It kind of goes away there, but then I've kind of lost the thuddiness, and my camera's still bouncing up and down. Why is that doing that? Anyway, you get the idea. That's not too bad. Anyway, there you go. That's quite a nice thuddy kick. Let's mess about with the pitching of that again. Yeah, it definitely needs to be down. We haven't got any more semitones to play with. We've gone all the way to the bottom of the Tubedigga gravel pit with that one. So let's adjust the entire program. That's not too bad. Anyway, that's one kick made. Let's make another one. 8 minutes into the video, he says. What else can we use? Let's find a pancake or a carrot, or maybe a piece of carpet or a light bulb. I haven't got any of those, and I can't load those type of things into the MPC Live. The MPC Live can load AIFF, WAV, MP3s, but it can't load wallpaper, bicycle puncture repair kits, or your auntie's favourite women's magazine. It can't load any of those things into its operating system, which is a shame. But I probably will do a video on loading random objects into the Akai MPC Live, because I do know this machine pretty well and I don't like being beaten by it. Let's open up, let's try some speech.
Analysis of all subprocessor modules is complete.
Big up all the massive and crew.
Yeah, that'll do. Big up all the massive and crew. So I'm probably only going to do one more, but this is a good demonstration that you can in fact make a kick drum out of absolutely anything other than double glazing, or a sanitary towel, or possibly 2 fridges glued together with some Mexican armpit hair. That's like no racist. I'm not, you know, there's no, you know, I'm on the Mexican side, very much so. You may have seen that video recently of an elderly, well, he wasn't that old actually, but an older Mexican gentleman commenting on lovely Mr. Trump and his ridiculous idea of building a wall. And he went on to say that, you know, what about planes? We could just fly planes over the wall. Wall's not going to stop Mexicans getting back into America. It was quite funny. Go and check it out. I've no idea what it's called, but I'm sure you could find it on the internet because the internet's quite clever. That'll do. I'll have that bit. Let's go to sample editor. Let's discard. Normalize. Someone asked me a while ago, why do I normalize everything? And I didn't know whether they were being sort of like asking me like, why do you normalize everything? Or they were just, you know, being like normal and friendly and just going, excuse me, Tubedigga, why do you normalize everything? Because you can't really tell what people mean. You know, it's like when you get a text message, you can't tell the tone of someone's voice. Oh, I'm faffing about here. I just want to, I can't, what are we doing? I'm trying to just, yeah, that'll do. Crikey. Right, that bit of speech. What was I saying? I'm sure it wasn't relevant to making kick drums out of Ryvitas or yogurt, but what else? Filter envelope. Let's get a bit of that. There you go. That was quicker, wasn't it? So you can in fact make a kick drum quicker out of a non-drum sound than you can a drum sound. Because that second kick that we've made out of a voice, I say we, but I've been doing all the work. You're just sitting there with your big fat zoot, sipping on your 40 or whatever you fancy. Got your bitches coming round a bit later, and I'm sat here doing all the work. But as you can hear, that cymbal is a bit flat and flappy, but it does prove you can make a kick drum out of anything that's not a kick drum. Apart from a block of cheese or an ice cube. Your father's favourite pair of corduroy trousers. Although if I had sound recordings of any of those objects, or the aforementioned objects like yoghurt, grass shavings from a back garden in Venice, maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 pizzas stuck to the side of an elephant's toe. Any of those sound recordings I could make a kick drum out of, because I'm Tubedigga and that's what I do. I don't like to be beaten by technology. Technology and gadgets are my bitches. It's not the other way around. Just remember that. Don't let your machines beat you. Right, this has really dragged on, but I've tried to make it funny and entertaining. So I hope you found it funny and entertaining. I'm not going to make any more kick drums, but I'll just give you an overview of pretty much the most important things. You need to definitely mess about with the semitones of your sample. You don't have to necessarily. Probably more importantly, it's all to do with the filter cutoff and the resonance, the filter type as well. These different low pass filters, they're probably a bit better actually. And the filter envelope, and occasionally the amp envelope, depending on the length of your sound. But once again, I have to reiterate this, it all depends on what you load into the Akai MPC Live, okay? Your particular sample content, or if you load in an entire family of gerbils and guinea pigs, that's obviously going to take a different effect on the sort of resulting kick drum that you get out of it. Anyway, I hope my humour isn't too twisted for you and you're going to unsubscribe and then send me some strange trousers through the post. I don't know what's going on with me today. Maybe it's because I haven't had any drugs. Maybe I need some drugs to stop me being weird. And there you go. You can actually make a kick drum out of anything. I probably should have done another example, but I didn't. Let's just, yeah. So that was a voice and that was a cymbal. So yeah, it's all to do with your filter type, the filter envelope. Make sure you use the attack, hold, decay, sustain filter. It's just a bit more flexible. Sometimes you might have to introduce the amp envelope depending on the length of your sound. But yeah, that is Tubedigga's tutorial on how to make a kick drum out of absolutely anything other than the scale at the bottom of your kettle, especially on Wednesdays. Peace out, Tubediggers. I am YouTube and you're out. Laters.